opening hook, personal story, or challenge. Imagine this. You're deep in the middle of a race, exhausted, dehydrated, and every muscle in your body is screaming at you to stop. You look around and your team is just as drained. But then you spot someone pushing forward, smiling through the pain, lifting others up when they have nothing left to give. At that moment, you have a choice. Do you lean into your strength? Do you drag your feet or do you rise? Life isn't about avoiding tough moments. It's about choosing the better side of them. What you focus on expands is one of the most powerful truths in life, yet so many of us forget that we hold the reins to our own mindset. Think about it. Your brain is constantly absorbing information, interpreting challenges and reacting to the world around you. But the real question is, what are you feeding it? Imagine two athletes preparing for the same grueling competition. One of them is consumed with doubts. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if I embarrass myself? Every time they step into training, their mind reinforces those fears. Their body follows suit. They move slower. They hesitate. They quit early. They start looking for excuses before they even reach the starting line. Now picture the other athlete. They have the same fears, the same doubts creeping in, but they make a conscious decision to fuel their mind differently. Instead of, what if I fail? They say, what if I succeed? Instead of, I'm not good enough, they tell themselves, I've trained for this. I'm prepared. I've got this. Instead of, what if I embarrass myself? They think, every challenge is a stepping stone, and I'm getting stronger with each. The difference between the two, it's not just physical ability, it's mindset. Your mind is like a garden. If you plant seeds of doubt, of fear, of negativity, those weeds will take over, choking out every bit of confidence and courage you have. But if you plant seeds of strength, of resilience, of possibility, you create an environment where growth becomes inevitable. You start seeing solutions where others see obstacles. You find opportunities in places where most people only see failure. And this doesn't just apply to sports or competition. It applies to every single aspect of your life. Your relationships, your career, your ability to face adversity. The thoughts you feed your mind will dictate your actions, your emotions, and ultimately your outcomes. So the next time you feel overwhelmed, when doubt starts creeping in, when negativity tries to take the wheel, pause, ask yourself, am I feeding my mind something that's making me stronger or something that's holding me back? Because the truth is, you always have a choice. And if you want to win, if you want to succeed, grow, and become the best version of yourself, you have to make the choice to feed your mind the right things. We live in a world that often equates better with easier. We're conditioned to seek comfort, shortcuts, and the path of least resistance. We hear phrases like work smarter, not harder, and while there's truth in efficiency, real strength, real success, doesn't come from avoiding difficulty, it comes from facing it head on. Think about the people who inspire you the most, the ones who have built something meaningful, whether in sports, business, or life. Did they get there by choosing the easiest path? By coasting when things got tough? By backing down when obstacles stood in their way? Of course not. They got there by embracing the struggle, by choosing growth over comfort, and by understanding that better doesn't mean easier. It means stronger. When you push through challenges, you don't just reach a goal, you transform. Every difficult moment, every setback, every failure forces you to adapt, to dig deeper, to develop resilience that an easy life could never teach you. Strength is built in the discomfort, in the moments where everything inside you wants to quit, but you decide to keep going anyway. Imagine a weightlifter stepping into the gym, lifting the same light weights day after day. They never push themselves, never feel that burning strain in their muscles, never challenge their limits. Would they get stronger? No. Because strength isn't built by doing what's easy, it's built by pushing past what feels comfortable. The same applies to life. If you only choose the easy road, you stay the same. You never grow. Choosing the stronger path doesn't mean you won't struggle. It doesn't mean it won't be exhausting or that you won't doubt yourself along the way. It means understanding that struggle is part of the process. It's not a sign you're failing. It's a sign you're growing. Every challenge, every setback, every time you feel like you're at your limit is an opportunity to build something greater within yourself. And here's the best part. The stronger path doesn't just make you tough, it makes you unstoppable. Once you prove to yourself that you can overcome one obstacle, you start seeing challenges differently. Instead of something to fear, they become something to conquer. You begin to trust yourself, knowing that no matter what life throws at you, you have the strength to handle it. So the next time you're faced with a choice, do you take the shortcut, the easy way out, the path that feels comfortable? Or do you take the road that challenges you, the one that forces you to become stronger, wiser, and better than you were yesterday? Choose the stronger path, because that's where true success is found. Look around you. The people you surround yourself with, the ones you work with, train with, build with, are either pushing you forward or holding you back. They are either lifting you up or dragging you down. Whether you realize it or not, your team determines your trajectory. It's easy to think that success is an individual journey, that if you work hard enough, push yourself far enough, and stay focused long enough, you can make it on your own. But the truth is, no one rises alone. Even the strongest, most determined people are shaped by those around them. The energy of your team, their mindset, their work ethic, and their commitment influence you more than you might think. Imagine two groups of people trying to climb a mountain. In the first group, everyone is committed to the goal. They push each other when the climb gets steep, share resources when someone is struggling, and celebrate every milestone together. When one person stumbles, another extends a hand. When doubt creeps in, someone steps up with words of encouragement. This team doesn't just make the climb easier, they make each other better. Now imagine the second group. This team is disjointed. Some members complain about the difficulty of the climb. Some refuse to share their resources, thinking only about their own success. Others criticize and doubt, pointing out problems instead of solutions. In this environment, it's not just the weak that struggle. The strongest climbers get pulled down too. The energy is draining. The progress is slow. The climb feels impossible. The same thing happens in life. Your team will either propel you forward or weigh you down. They will either challenge you to become your best self or reinforce excuses that keep you stuck where you are. Think about the people you spend the most time with. Do they inspire you? Do they push you to aim higher, to work harder, to stay focused when things get tough? Do they celebrate your wins and help you get back up after your losses? Or do they drain your energy with negativity, doubt, and complacency? Because whether you realize it or not, you will become like the people you surround yourself with. This doesn't mean you should only seek out perfect, high-achieving individuals. It means you should align yourself with people who share your values, people who are willing to put in the work, who believe in something bigger than themselves, and who refuse to settle for mediocrity. A great team isn't about having the most talented individuals. It's about having the right mindset. It's about being surrounded by people who bring out the best in you, who challenge you when you're slacking, and who refuse to let you quit when things get hard. So take a moment to evaluate your team. Are they helping you grow? Are they making you stronger? Are they pushing you towards success, or are they keeping you in your comfort zone? Because at the end of the day, your success isn't just about your talent or your ambition. It's about the people you choose to climb with. Choose wisely, because your team determines your trajectory. Leadership isn't about standing in the spotlight. It isn't about title, status, or authority. True leadership is about something much deeper. It's about service. It's about putting the mission before yourself, about lifting others up, about choosing impact over recognition. Leadership is not about power. It's about responsibility. Think about the greatest leaders you've ever known. Not just the famous ones, but the ones who truly made a difference in your life. Maybe it was a coach who pushed you beyond what you thought you were capable of. Maybe it was a mentor who took the time to invest in you, even when they had nothing to gain. Maybe it was a teammate, a boss, or even a family member who led not by demanding respect, but by earning it through their actions. What did they all have in common? They served. The difference between a boss and a leader is simple. A boss expects people to work for them. A leader works for their people. A boss gives orders. A leader creates a vision. A boss seeks personal success. A leader lifts others to succeed. The best leaders understand that their job is not to be the hero. Leadership through service means putting the team first. It means stepping up when things are hard, not just when it's convenient. It means sacrificing ego for the greater good, making decisions that benefit the whole rather than just yourself. And the real test of leadership, it's not how you perform when everything is going well, It's how you show up when things fall apart. Picture a ship caught in a storm. A leader doesn't just sit back and give orders from the safety of the deck. They're in the trenches, securing the ropes, guiding the team, making sure everyone is safe. They don't abandon ship when things get rough. They steady it. That's the kind of leadership that creates trust, loyalty, and lasting impact. But here's the catch. Service-based leadership isn't always easy. It requires humility. It means letting go of the need for credit and being willing to do the hard, often thankless work that keeps the team moving forward. It means admitting when you're wrong, listening more than you speak, and being strong enough to let others shine. So why do it? Because true leadership leaves a legacy. People may forget your words, your job title, or your personal accomplishments, but they will never forget how you made them feel. They will never forget the way you believed in them, the way you helped them grow, the way you showed up when they needed you most. At the end of the day, leadership isn't about being in charge. It's about taking care of those in your charge. It's about lifting others higher so that together you can achieve something greater than any one person could alone. That's the kind of leadership that lasts. That's the kind of leadership that changes lives. That's the kind of leadership that always chooses service over ego. We all crave comfort. It's human nature to want things to be easy, predictable, and safe. But comfort, as appealing as it is, rarely leads to growth. The truth is, the best choice is never the easiest one. It's the one that challenges you. It's the one that forces you to stretch beyond what you think you're capable of, to lean into discomfort, and to embrace the unknown. Because real growth happens at the edge of your comfort zone. Think about the moments in your life when you truly leveled up, when you became stronger, wiser, or more capable. Were those moments easy? Probably not. They were likely filled with uncertainty, struggle, and maybe even failure. But they were also the moments that transformed you. They were the times when you faced a challenge and made the decision to rise to it instead of running from it. Imagine two paths in front of you. One is well-paved, smooth, and familiar. There are no obstacles, no surprises, no risk of failure, but there's also no growth, no learning, no opportunity to become anything more than what you are today. The other path is rocky, steep, and uncertain. It's filled with challenges that will test your patience, your strength, and your resilience, but it's also the path that will shape you into something greater. Most people choose the easy road. They choose the job that feels safe rather than the one that excites and challenges them. They stay in relationships that are comfortable but unfulfilling because they're afraid of change. They avoid risks because they fear failure more than they desire growth. But the ones who achieve something extraordinary, they choose the harder path. They choose the challenge, knowing that the struggle is what will make them stronger. Think about an athlete training for a championship. If they only ever practiced at half sped, never pushed their limits, never tested their endurance, would they ever become the best? No. They become great by embracing the hard workouts, the exhaustion, the setbacks. They choose the difficult road because they know it's the only one that leads to excellence. And the same applies to life. The best opportunities often come wrapped in uncertainty. The best decisions often feel uncomfortable at first. The best paths are rarely the easiest, but they are the ones that lead to real success. But here's the catch. Challenges don't just come to those who seek them. They come to everyone. Life will test you whether you want it to or not. The question is, will you face those challenges with the mindset of someone who sees them as a burden, or someone who sees them as a chance to grow? The difference between people who achieve their goals and those who stay stuck isn't luck, talent, or intelligence. It's the willingness to choose the harder path when it matters. It's the courage to step into the unknown and trust that even if you fail, you'll come out stronger on the other side. So the next time you're faced with a decision and one option feels safe while the other feels challenging, choose the challenge. Choose the path that demands more from you. Choose the road that forces you to grow. Because at the end of the day, the best choice is never the easy one. It's the one that makes you better. So, here's my challenge to you. The next time life puts a fork in your road, don't settle for the easy way out. Don't let fear, doubt, or negativity choose for you. Stand up, take the tougher but more rewarding path, and always choose the better side. Because the better side, that's where greatness lives. Pause, smile, walk off like you just changed some lives.